cry. Why is this happening? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all well. Now today I'm going to be bringing you a very exciting video because I will be kind of doing a first impressions and a little tutorial for the new Jeffree Cremated Palette. So I know there's stuff going around at the minute, drama in the YouTube world. I'm not really going to say too much on it, but I just think everyone should be kind to each other and like enough of this drama, because honestly can't be dealing with it, and it's just not like a happy place. It's not what YouTube should be about, so honestly I'm avoiding it. I'm not talking about that. So if you're here to kind of hear my thoughts on that, honestly I'm not really going to say anything about it. I'm just here to review and test out this palette, so that's all I'm going to be doing today. So if you want to have a look inside the Cremated palette with me, get a little bit of information, what's this palette about, how much is it any good, well, that's what I'm here for today. So I'm going to be telling you all my thoughts on this palette, and I'm also going to be showing you how I created this eye look today. So just a cool toned smoky eye, and honestly I actually love how it turned out. I'm not really a fan of like cool toned eyeshadows. Honestly, I just really don't think that they suit me, and I just never really gravitate towards cool toned. I always go for like the warm toned browns or golds, that kind of thing. So this is something a bit different for me, and yeah, I'm actually kind of loving it. Just one more thing guys before I get into this review. So I'm actually filming on a new camera. This is my sister's old camera, so it's not like a brand new camera or anything, it is a second-hand one. Shout out to my sister, thanks Izzy for letting me borrow her camera. I just wanted to kind of up the quality of my videos, see if I could get them looking a little bit more crisp and clean. So in my previous videos I was actually filming on my iPhone XR and the quality was fine, I think. I just wanted to see if I could up my game a little bit with a camera. But okay, I was actually struggling so much to get this camera to actually do what I wanted it to do. And actually before this video, my friend Bronte, hey Bronte if you're watching, I messaged her because she's a photographer, so she knows a little bit more about cameras than me. I messaged her before I started filming and I was like, Bronte, help me please, like I don't know what I'm doing. What settings am I meant to have the camera on? Like how do I get it to focus? Like, oh, just so many things that I couldn't figure out, and she never replied. So I basically had to figure it all out on my own. So I really hope the quality of this video is okay. I did have some technical issues halfway through, which was really annoying, but I think I fixed it, so hopefully, like I said, hopefully it's fine. But I did notice that the start of my video is slightly out of focus, I think. I'm sorry if it's out of focus, but I tried my best, and yeah, I think it's just going to take me a while to kind of figure out how to use the camera properly and get used to it and stuff, because honestly I don't have a clue about cameras. So with all that being said, I really hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, let's just get into it. So if you want to see how I created this look using the Jeffree Cremated palette and my thoughts on the palette, then you know what to do, just keep on watching. So this is the palette. I mean, the packaging, Jeffree's face is smack bang on the front. Let's open this up, and I mean, wow. So the shades in this palette I actually love. So we've got a mixture of mattes, shimmers, and then we've got a few kind of foiled glittery shades as well, and I'm literally obsessed. For me personally, I don't actually like to wear cool tones, so I know you're like, well, why on earth did you get this palette then, because it's full of cool tones? Well, I thought I might just branch out, try to be different. No, but also I thought this palette would literally be amazing for clients as well. So for clients that are wanting like that cool toned smoky eye, I literally thought this would be such a nice palette for that. You've got your more grey tones, and then you've got cool toned greens in there. You've got a few like neutral peachy shades down here, and then a few cool blue tones, and then some whites and silvers as well. It's just too much. To be honest, when I first saw this palette, I wasn't that wowed by it. I was just like, oh, cool tones, I don't know. But then when I saw it close up and actually people kind of swatching it, I was like, okay, This actually looks so nice. So in terms of the price, in the UK, this is £55 on Beauty Bay. Now, that is expensive, in my opinion. I think that's quite expensive for a palette. This is probably the most expensive palette I've actually ever bought. I know some of the Anastasia ones are like £69. Like £70 for an eyeshadow palette. Not being funny, but that is expensive. Anyway, we're not talking about that. Obviously, I know there are more expensive eyeshadow palettes out there, but I think this is the most expensive palette Jeffree's done. I don't actually have any of his other palettes. I've only got this one and his palettes. Let's put my phone on silent, shall we? Because I'm so popular, it's going to be blowing up. I'm only kidding. That was actually so not funny. Okay, so what's it saying now? So anyway, I don't actually have any other Jeffree Star palettes. I've only got this one and the one with Morphe, so his collaboration with Morphe, and I do actually really like that palette. I only ordered that a couple of weeks ago. Oh, and I've also got the Mini Controversy and Conspiracy palette in collaboration with Shane Dawson. And yeah, I love those palettes, to be fair. So anyway, I'll stop going on. I don't really know what look I want to do today. That's another thing as well with this palette. I feel like there's so many different looks you can do because there's so many different tones of greys. I feel like you could either go really full on black, grey, smoky eye with this, or you could also do a more neutral, just cool toned look. So I don't really know what to do. Also, can I just mention, this bottom row here is something else. Like, this actually looks so beautiful. Like, this shade, just look at this. Look at that shade there. Can you see that on my arm? That's literally insane. I have swatched a couple of these shades, which is why some of them might look like I've already used them, but yeah, I couldn't help it. I had to swatch some. Like this one as well. Oh, let me just show you this. So these are kind of the glittery, more metallic formulas. Like, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but how beautiful. So anyway, this bottom row here, I was like, wow, that just screams like bridal. Why is everything making noises? Do you know what that was? If you heard that in the background, that was an Airwick freshener. That was like, psh. Anyway, this bottom row just screams bridal to me. I was like, wow. For my brides that want like cool toned eyeshadow, this bottom row is literally like perfect for that. It just looks so pretty. Because not every bride wants, you know, gold or browns. Like, some brides do really want that cool toned peachy shade or silver as well. So yeah, loving it. So I'll stop rambling on anyway. I'm going to dive into a few of these shades. I'm not sure what look I'm going to do, but I think I'm just going to wing it because, yeah, why not? I'm also going to try and use as many shades as possible from this palette, just so you can kind of see how they all work, because, well, how they all work. You know what I'm trying to say. Just so you can see as many shades as possible. So I'm trying to give you the full experience. Without further ado, let's just get straight into it because I'm bored and I'm tired and I'm thirsty. I want to go to sleep. So I've just done my base makeup and then I've primed my lids as well with the P. Louise base. It has creased a little bit because I was literally just sat talking for so long. So I'm just going to quickly pat those creases out, just so the eyeshadow can obviously have a nice clean base to stick to. So the first shade I think I'm going to use is this shade here, which is called Last Respects, and that's just like a cool toned light brown. So I'm taking this PC10 brush by Peaches and Cream, and I'm just going to dip into that shade and then just run this kind of through my crease. I will say as well, there is a little bit of fallout in the pan. To be honest, that doesn't really bother me, but I just thought I would mention it in case some of you would like to know that. Okay, first thoughts, this shade is blending out really nicely. It's not sticking to like any patches or anything, and yeah, it's not going patchy, it's just blending really nicely. So yeah, this shade, Last Respects, this works really nicely as just that cool toned transition colour. Also, it's very pigmented. I just realised I didn't even talk about that. But yeah, this is really pigmented. I find that greys in particular sometimes can be really chalky and like lacking pigment. But yeah, so far so good. I mean, I've only used one shade, but this shade is, yeah, really pigmented and really nice to work with. So with the same brush, I'm just going to go in with this kind of darker khaki green shade, which is called Inheritance. And I'm just going to kind of buff this through my crease, just add a little bit more definition to the eye look. So I'm just taking this brush and packing it in the outer corner, and then I'm just going to blend it through my crease. Again, this shade is blending really nicely, and it's also blending in with that first shade I put down. So they're not mixing weird together or anything, they're just both blending in with each other really nicely, so that's good. I've also not got any fallout on my face so far, so that's a bonus. I'm now just going to take a little PC47 brush, so this is just like a small blending brush, and I'm going to go in with this black shade at the top, which is called Hearse, just to really deepen the crease and just add a bit more darkness to the look. So I'm just taking that really small fluffy brush and I'm kind of packing it onto the crease at first, and then I'm just going to really take my time at blending this out, because usually with blacks you do get a little bit of fallout, and blacks are literally the worst for fallout, because if you don't, you know, if it doesn't wipe away easily, it just makes your whole face like turn grey. So okay, I'm loving this black shade as well. It's so pigmented and it's blending out really nicely. So yeah, this is an amazing black shade. For me as well, I feel like a palette has to have a matte black and a matte white. I don't know about anyone else, but I just feel like every palette needs a matte black and a matte white. Just so you can literally create any look then, can't you? If you've got those two matte shades. I'm now going to take the shade Pallbearer. Pallbearer, is that how you say it? I think so. Anyway, this shade looks insane. Like, oh, I can't wait to put it on my eyes. I think I'm just going to go straight in with that shade with my finger, just because I know how glitter shades work and I know it'll apply the best with my finger. So I'm just going to go straight in like that. So just taking a bit of my finger, and I'm literally just going to press this onto the eyelid. Look! I'm gonna cry. Look! Look at that shade. Like, are you joking? That's so pretty. And I've not really packed it on as well either. I've just kind of like speckled it and made it really diffused, but I'm obsessed. That looks so good. Let me just add a little bit more. It's so nice. I'm now going to go in with this shade because I'm literally dying to try this. So this one's called Diamond Ashes. My camera just cut off and I don't know why. So sorry. This shade, literally, this actually looks insane. The eyeshadow literally feels wet, so it just glides on. And this actually looks insane. So I'm now going to take this shade called Casket Ready, and I'm going to put this on my brow bone. I don't usually do this, like I don't really like highlighting my brow bone, but I thought just for the sake of the video to try and get another shade in there, I'm just going to use it. So I'm literally just going to take this on a PC14 brush by Peaches and Cream, and I'm just going to put that shade kind of on my brow bone, and yeah. Why is this happening? I'm having such technical issues. I'm so sorry. So the camera cut off again. I was like, are you joking? Because it said the memory card was full. And I was like, what? How is it full already? I don't understand. So anyway, I had to take my memory card out, save the videos to my laptop that I've already recorded, put it back in, do it all again. I've also just realised in my previous clips, I don't think I'm in focus. But if I'm not in focus and I've just filmed all of that, I will be annoyed. Let's just carry on, pretend nothing's happened. So I don't know where I got up to or where the camera cut off, but I basically just popped this kind of bone colour on my brow bone, and then I put this white shade on top of that colour as well, just to kind of highlight my brow bone area. I don't usually do that, I just wanted to do that to basically use as many of the shadows I could. Do you know what I've realised as well? I've been using this little Doll Beauty mirror when I literally could have been using the big mirror that comes in this palette. Like, So now I'm basically going to take this black shade called Hearse, and I'm just going to run this along my lash line and kind of smudge it out just to act as more of like a smoky liner. Now I think I'm going to take this shade R.I.P. and I'm just going to buff this shade on my lower lash line just to smoke it out. Looking lovely. So what I'm just going to do now is quickly put some mascara on, apply some false lashes, and then I'll just do the other eye off camera. And then I'll be back just to kind of give you my final thoughts on what I'm thinking about this palette and if it's worth your money, all that good stuff. So yeah, I'll be back. And I'm back. Just to finish off the look as well, I just added a lipstick and a gloss because I realised I wasn't wearing anything on my lips in the whole video. So yeah. So final thoughts for the Jeffree Star Cremated Palette. Honestly, I think it's a really nice palette. I think the colour story is really good. All the colours work well together. I feel like you can also do a lot of different eye looks with this. You can go quite dark, or you could keep it more natural if you wanted, so that's a good thing. In terms of the eyeshadows, they're so pigmented, like all of Jeffree's eyeshadows are anyway. They're so pigmented, they're really blendable. They blend well with all the other eyeshadows. There was no patchiness. There was literally no fallout from any of the shades I used, apart from this one, Pole Bearer. I would expect those kind of glittery shades to have a little bit of fallout. Nothing major, it was literally a couple of specks of glitter on my face, but I just brushed those away quite easily. So yeah, amazing quality eyeshadows. The packaging, again, I think is really nice. I love this whole kind of black and white marble effect as well. So yeah, I love the packaging, love the actual shadows. In terms of the price, £55. I think it may be 58 in America, as in $58. It's £55 here. And I think it's quite expensive for a palette of this size, but again, you're paying for the quality of the shadows and basically Jeffree's name attached to it. In my opinion, I think it's worth the £55. It would honestly just depend on your personal opinion whether you think that the £55 is worth it for you. So for me, yeah, I think it was worth it. But like I said, it just depends on if you would use this palette and how much use you would get out of it, really. But in terms of all the shadows and everything, they're amazing quality, and yeah, I'm really impressed with this palette and I'm loving this eye look. I would do a look like this if I was like going on a night out, but I probably would use more of these cool tone browns and like these shimmers here. They look amazing. I actually loved this shade as well. It was kind of like a khaki green, but obviously more cool toned. And yeah, I just think this palette is actually really nice. So I think that is everything for this video. Before you leave, please don't forget to subscribe and also hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, because it would really help me out. Also, turn on that post notification bell so you can be notified every single time I upload a video. So I'll tell you what I'll be doing for my next one. I'm going to be reviewing and creating a look using their new P. Louise Dishing the Dirt collection. And I'm so excited because it's literally the cutest packaging ever. I've not opened it yet, but it literally just came today. So yeah, there's a little sneak peek for you. So keep your eyes out. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.